Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Bhakti Shastri series on Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we are doing student presentations. So before we start, let us do Mangalacharan. I will share my screen. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachari Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Prasari He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। We will recite the dedication to the six Goswamis. For the Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Sri Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Devotion, English summary study by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarvind, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritambo Nidhi Dhira Jana Priyo Priyakaro Nirmasaro Shri Chaitanya Bhara Vande Shri Gopal Nana Shastra Vichar
Dharma Sanstapako
Loka
Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhune Manyam Saranakaro
Radha
Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Nandena Mattaliko Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Palako.
Now, if you would like, you can unmute and repeat after me the memorization verses. 1 second. Are you still able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I thought I minimized it. Okay. Anyabhilashita shunyam
Anyabhilasita sunyam
jnanakarmadyanavritam
jnanakarmanidhanavratam
kulyena krishnano
anukulyena krishnanu
ilanam bhaktiruttama
Sheelanam bhaktiruttama
sarvopadhi vinirmuktam
sarvapadhi vinirmuktam
tatparatvena nirmalam
tatparitvena nirmalam
ikena rishikesha
shikena rishikesa
ivanam bhaktiruchyate
sevanam bhaktiruchyate
अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि
atah Sri Krishna namadi
या भवेद् ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियै
na bhavet grahami indriye
सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ
sevonmukhehi jivhado
स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यदः
swayam eva sfruratya adah
अनासक्तस्य विषयान्
anasaktasya visayan
यथार्हमुपयुञ्जतः
yatha harma upyunjata
बन्धः कृष्णसम्बन्धे
nirbandha Krishna sambandhe
युक्तं वैराग्यमुच्यते
yuktam vairagyam uchyate.
Okay. So next we have student presentations. So we were going to have more, but due to various reasons, we are only having 3 today. So first it is, first student, are you okay with YouTube recording?
Ji Prabhuji.
All right, Ashish Prabhu will do the first presentation. And it is on the first 3 limbs of bhakti. Is that correct?
Ji Prabhuji. That's correct.
Okay, so please give your kind attention to Ashish Prabhu, and he will present the first 3 limbs of Uttama Bhakti. I have made you co-host. You can start presenting if you have slides.
Okay, Prabhuji. Is it audible, Prabhuji? I'm audible.
Yes.
And I'm sharing my screen, Prabhuji. Can you please let me know if you are able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the Zoom window. Now we can see the PowerPoint.
So still, are you able to see my screen, Prabhuji?
Yeah, but we are seeing presenter view, like you want to switch screens. There should be an option called switch screens. Display settings, if you go on top.
Yes, Prabhuji. So
Swap.
swipe,
Swap.
and view.
Yep. Now we see the
Okay.
full slide.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My name is Ashish Vyas, and I am the Bhakti Shastri student. And today I'm going to present Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu's presentations on the topic of the 3 most important limbs of Bhakti. As already we have recited our dedications to Sadguru Swamiji our acharyas. So I would like to just skip this portion. And just I want to again, before kicking off my presentations, I would like to obeisances to the Sadguru Swamiji, our previous acharyas, and our Sri Guruji, Param Karuna Prabhuji, who's giving the wonderful opportunity to us to read the scriptures, learn the scriptures, and giving the presentations. Though I will not feel eligible for this one, but I will try my best with my full attention and senses. Hare Krishna. So on the previous presentations by our dear devotees, they have beautifully described about their topics very nicely, which talks about the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, how it's divided, vastly is divided, because the name is called Sindhu. We know that Sindhu means ocean, and they have divided the ocean into 4 different zones: the Eastern Division, South Division, West Division, and North Division. So we studied in our Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu course, we have studied about the Eastern Division, which talks majority and variety of the bhaktis. And the same way we have a different zonal, so we will not going to this one, but ultimately why we are studying and what is the in parallel we are achieving from that. So the other side, we are know that there are different ladders in the bhakti also. So which starts with the very samanya bhakti, which will usually do, then it go higher in higher hierarchy, that sadhana bhakti, then the bhava bhakti, and the prema bhakti, which is the topmost, which resides on the Vrindavan, or which is very dear to Krishna. So that way. So ultimately, so if you see that on the left side is the ocean of the bhaktis, and other sides, what we are going to achieve, the diamonds from the oceans, we can make this analogy. But Sri Rupa Goswamiji very beautifully illustrated those things, and they know about the Jiva Mudha, how it will be in the future. So they divided this bhakti in the different limbs, from starting to the end, and you can understand the simple to extremist, and very simple to a very difficult way. But if you see the 64 limbs, how they divided the primary limbs, which are the majority of part of our today's discussion, and another 44 limbs, which is called additional limbs of bhakti, which helps us to elevate our bhakti process. So if you see here in 20 limbs, which is called primary, again further we can divide it. It's divided the 1 to 10, which calls pravritti, the activities to accept in the bhakti. 11 to 20 nirvrti, that activities to reject. And that other one, so once disciple, or once the devotee will achieve this one, he will be opened the gate of the other 44 limbs, which is the additional one. The items of the sadhana, majority 21 to 59 limbs, and the last 5, which is they called most effective elements of the sadhana bhakti. And so ultimately, as we know that 64 limbs of bhakti invented by this Rupa Goswamiji, and as I told you, the first 20 are the prominent and very important, which will enable us to go further in our bhakti process. And is it as mentioned in there that bhakto pravesaya visanti anganam devaretvapi. So what is called this, but of these, the first 3 are most important. So among these 10 limbs of bhakti, the topmost 3, which is the topic of today's presentation, Rupa Goswamiji are emphasizing on those 3 limbs of bhakti. They are the doors that opens to the next limbs, the next level of the bhaktis. So Guru Padashrayadi Triyam Pradhanam. So they are telling if someone want to go on the bhakti ladder to the topmost, the Uttama Bhakti, they cannot or does not begin till until we will take the shelter of the teacher. So now there is a one things come that's we have to take the shelter of the teacher. So we are going to discuss in detail why Rupa Goswami ji are emphasizing on the this top three limbs of bhakti. So this is another sloka, very prominent sloka written by Rupa Goswami ji. Guru Padasreya Tasmat Krishna Diksadi Siksanam Visrambheno Guruho Seva Sadhu Vartanamanu Vartanam. So Rupa Goswami ji mentioning the basic principle. So the very first basic principle of our limb bhakti is accepting the shelter of lotus feet of bona fide spiritual master. In Hindi terms or the Sanskrit term we call is Acharya or Guruji. And once we accept the shelter of the lotus feet, the next things will come after accepting the taking the shelter of our bona fide Guru. What is the next? So then the next will come to take the initiations from our Gurujans or the spiritual master, and under his guidance, the student or the devotee should learn, and he should learn that how to discharge devotional services from him, the different ways. And once these two steps are achieved, it will be open the third one, that obeying the order of the spiritual master with the faith and devotions. So Prabhuji at times use the unshakable or unflinchable faith should be there towards your guru or the Diksha Guru or the Siksha Gurus. And the fourth one, the topic which we are not going to cover, but it's also important, the following the first step of great acharyas under the direction of the spiritual masters. So as we described the first three most important limbs of bhakti, the first one, Guru Padasreya, and the second one, Sri Krishna Diksadi Siksanam. Third one, Visrambhana Guru Seva. So we'll go one by one to understand. So we can consider it is also a kind of a doors. The terms they called it a doors also. So it is a very first door. To open this first door, what we have to do? So accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master. So as you seeing that the name Guru Padasreya, we can literally divide this word into three sub words. First is the Guru, who is our spiritual master. Padasreya. Padasreya is means shelter of his lotus feet. And Tasmat is kind of a, we can say is a conditional, means if we will do that, then what we are going to achieve it. So as I told you, so this is a Guru Padasreya Tasmat. If one is a very serious, interested in the Uttama Bhakti, so they should must take the shelter of the Guru. Then the second thing is, we should clearly understand that the material world is false shelter. So in the scripture, between the acharyas, there have been discussions in the different our scriptures where they are discussing without, first they are telling that what is that today's world condition. It is a miserable. It is the dukhalaya. So first we have to understand we are not going to achieve anything from this world. So what we should do next? So if a person or the devotee, he really want to get the happiness and seek the blessings and need to go in the bhaktis and want to understand the our connections, the Jeev connection with the Jivatma, the Paramatma, the Lord Krishna, we really have to go and seek out the bona fide spiritual master's help and take the shelter of him. So there's a different way after taking the shelter, what we are going to do with the spiritual master's instructions. And the next topic will come, the limb, important limb will come. Sorry, one more thing. So once who is fortunate, so there is a tagline, the ones who is fortunate enough to come under the shelter of the bona fide. This is a very important. it is no, everyone is not very fortunate who will uh, get the guru very first point, and who can go further on the bhakti process. So if in case if someone is very fortunate under the shelter of the bona fide that is ensuring that our acharya is ensuring that he will traverse the path of the spiritual salvation without any doubt. And those are the very old proven tactics our acharya is following. The second door, which we called Sri Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. So becoming initiated, once we get initiations from the spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotional service from him, we must develop. And so how we can do it first, once you get a shelter, now the very first thing, we have to build a faith, even unshakable faith to our spiritual master. So even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells to Uddhava, and there are multiple occasions where acharyas or Krishnaji is telling that the real bona fide spiritual master is equivalent to me. So we can understand what is the Guru Mahima, what is the positions the Guru resides on the spiritual platform. And the second thing is that he is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Super Soul. And the disciple should accept the spiritual master as a God, because he is the external manifestation of the Krishna. And after taking the shelter of the Guru, the first act to be done is a diksha, which we call taking the initiations. There are rituals are there, maybe different sampradayas following the different rituals way, but one should take the diksha, the initiations under his bona fide Guru. And then he should gradually start learning the scriptures, shikshanam, from the Guru. What will happen? Resultant, it will elevate one to the platform of serving the love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we can understand this point, like the purpose of the diksha is taking a shiksha from the Guru. When one does not take shiksha from the Guru, one does not go through the door to which is calling diksha, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. And that means you should not accept the result of the bhakti. Though you are doing, but you will not get the result, what you want to achieve from the bhakti. And bhakti process will be exact. So we can understand much like the laboratory example, the analogies they gives, and will not give the outcome if not follow the exactly instructions given for the experiment. And the third point, which we are going to discuss, the door 3, it's called Vishrambhena Guru Seva. So here, serving spiritual master with the sincerity, faith, and confidence. So this instructs the disciple to apply the knowledge by serving Krishna's representative, who is the spiritual master. One should never be envious of the spiritual master. It will a kind of you can say is a ninda, or it is a negative impact on your sadhana or your bhakti. So once we can make a equivalent like the son, the child's relationship with his or her mother. How the child have the 100% of or 200% of faith on their parents, especially on the mother. The same way, the disciple should have the faith, unshakable faith to his or her spiritual master. And then one should serve the spiritual master, is able to serve to all the demigods. So means again it's telling us, as our shastras stated multiple times, it is equivalent. If you are worshipping the Guru, is equivalent to worshipping to the Sri Krishna or the other demigods. And down the line in the slides, we are going to see there are multiple slokas which glorify the Gurus. So if these 3 doors are not passed through, so this is a very strong statement they're giving. Rupa Goswami says, if these three doors are not passed through, one cannot execute the rest of the limbs of the bhakti, and but one will not get the results what they want to achieve from the bhakti. And so now we'll move to the next point. Now so far we discussed about this, and we know this is the very important word come out from this all the three very important limbs of bhakti. It is a spiritual master and guru. So this is a very deep and very wide topic, the Guru Tattva, and really I am not the right person to explain. Even our Param Karuna Prabhuji also tells. So I'm not going in detail of the Guru Tattva, but I'm just on the very shadow level, I will try to explain um, how this Guru word comes, what is the importance of Guru from our Upanishad and or our scriptures. So in Advaitaraka Upanishad, very nicely they describe the definition of Guru. So what it calls Gu Sabdasta Andhakaras Siyat. Ru Sabdastara Nirodhaka hai. So what they are telling, if you see the Guru words made by two sub words, Gu and Ru. So the Gu indicates to the darkness of the ignorance. We told the darkness, our ignorance. And Ru means it a dispeller or who removes the darkness. So it's very beautifully described here, the quality of dispelling the darkness, the Guru thus is termed. So the role of Guru is one of eliminating ignorance by helping the student to reach knowledge. Uh, this slide very high level, as we know, in material world, if you see your arounds, you will find a lot of gurus. So whether it start from our child, when the childbirth, his very first immediate his gurus, his parents, mother and father. When he goes schools, the teachers will be their guru. When he go in higher educations, their professors will be their guru. If they do the extra curriculums, whether it is a art forms, whether it is a game form, there will be a coaches, there will be a gurus. So there are, and nowadays there will be a motivational guru, meditational guru, yoga guru, you name it and you'll find the guru. But we are not talking about those material word guru here. We'll try to extract from our Shastra. There are, even in Shastra, there are different type of gurus, but we are trying to manifest the Guru Tattva in a broadly, which I am showing here. One is the Siksha Guru, one is the Diksha Guru, one is the Chaitya Guru. So I hope now you are getting the understanding of from these three limbs, what is the guru and what are the things of instructions and which undergone when the disciple go under the initiations under the spiritual masters. So the Siksha Guru who gives the instructions, and why? For elevation in the bhakti. And in our spiritual world also, there can be a many Siksha Gurus. Granth is also itself is a Siksha Guru. Our Guruji, like Parama Karuna Prabhuji, is our Siksha Guru, who is giving a very nicely, they are teaching us the Shastras to us. And so forth. We go to the temples and we learn something from anyone, though in any ages, they can be our Siksha Guru. And then the second terms comes as a Diksha Guru, the Diksha Guru who gives the initiations, who gives the Guru Mantra to the particular disciple to beginning his spiritual path. And ideally it should be one only, they say. Can it be only one, Diksha Guru? Another concept I learned today only when I was going through different videos and scriptures, Chaitya Guru, the Guru or the spiritual master who is sitting in my heart as a Chaitya. So as we read the Bhagavad Gita, there's a Jiv and Jivatma. So Paramatma. So there is a Chaitya Guru always resides in everyone's heart, who guides us. We seen a lot of we have noticed multiple times in a day or events where we are not able to make a decisions, but somewhere some clicks happened and we know that okay, we have to do this one. So some way Chaitya Guru always direct us. So these are the manifestations of gurus. Now we'll move to the next topic, and why and what is the importance of guru. So I tried to make one pictorial presentation which will be easy. What we can understand this, the ocean or the river side, if you see top of over that there is a bridge. So we can understand this word is the ocean of miseries, dukkhalaya, full of tensions, full of frustrations, or all these things. And who elevates us top? So there is a bridge. So we can consider our Guruji as a bridge who elevates us from the ocean of miseries by different ways. He teaches us the scriptures, he guides us, he motivates us. And this is the position of our, from the Guru, by the process of bhakti, we can ultimately, we can find our super soul or the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So these are the importance of Guru, means that without following instructions of Guru, one cannot properly elevate himself to the platform of the bhakti or devotional service in practice. And second thing, he creates, sustains knowledge and destroy the weeds of the ignorance. Guru, what the definition we have just understood or read. And he enlightens us about the all pervading conscious, especially as we follow the Gaudiya Vaishnava Krishna conscious philosophy. So we, the Gurujans will providing our Krishna consciousness to us. And I would look now. I will not take much time, but I would like to give a very short story. It's the pastime of Acharya, which they were trying to teach some devotees what is the importance of Guru. So once upon a time, there is one Acharya. He went to the Jagannath Ji for taking a darshan, and when he reached to the Jagannath Ji temple, uh, the Acharya, he started glorifying his Guruji and his disciple successes. So there were some devotees, they were watching them constantly, and they're thinking why this Acharya is standing outside and glorifying his Guruji rather than he should go inside and he in front of the Jagannathji. But some way they control their questions and etc. and they continued. Then the Acharyas went inside the temple and took the darshan of Jagannathji, and he is coming back with his disciples. There are a lot of students, and now the disciples are glorifying this Acharya. Now they are really want to know those other people who are outside the temple and the devotees. So they went and they tell that we are very much in curiosity and we want to ask why you are glorifying that much of Guruji, your Guruji, and then your disciples are now glorifying you. So please tell us. We are not understanding this point. Then that particular Acharya very nicely they gave the one example. Okay, he tell, I will give you one task. You just go and touch the fire. Then they told, it's not possible. No one can touch the fire. We will ending up with burning our hands. Then the Acharya exactly said, yeah, exactly. Think about this. It's very limited. Fire is a material thing, though we cannot touch directly. Why? Because we need a one viable medium which will connect to you and the fire. So you connect, you take a stick now or candlestick, then you can hold the fire. They said yes. So he gave, this is the example. This is the way, means you understand the Krishna's or the Lord, the Supreme Lord's positions. He is not a material. First, he's not bound with the material things, gunas. And he is the A Koti Surya, we called, there is Koti Suryas, means there are thousand Suryas affluence in with him. How we can see or we can touch him? So what we need? We need a person or the medium who will have the viable medium between you and your Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Guru. Then they understood the importance of the Guru. And the next, hope you like this story. It was the real time. I don't know the exactly name of the Acharya, but it happened really in the past. Now we come to the next point, Guru Parampara in different sampradaya. So here we are trying to understand it is not a monopoly of only particular one sampradaya or the one religions. So as we give the material example also, as the same way, if we know, as we know, the Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the ultimate. He is the ultimate. But down the line, the specific successions, if you see the different sampradaya also followed this Guru Sishya Parampara, whether it's the Brahma Sampradaya, whether it's a Rudra Sampradaya, whether it's a Sri Sampradaya or the Kumara Sampradaya. As we know, we follow the ISKCON founder, our Acharya, His Divine Grace, as Bhakti Vedanta Swami told us that we come from the Brahma Madhav Sampradaya, Gaudiya Sampradaya. And this picture is depict how the successions are coming and how the disciples getting the benefit from this Acharya and so on. So it's a very robust disciplic successions, Guru Parampara, which are followed by all the sampradaya across the sampradayas. And as I was telling you in the previous things, these are the some glorifications taught in the different, whether it is a Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leelas. So, or not only this scripture, if you go outside also, we have seen, we have been hearing, or we have been chanting on a childhood. That very one verse, it very much like the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Brahma Brahma, Tasme Sri Guru Namah. So with this sloka, we can understand the position of our spiritual master. Means they're telling that he is equivalent to the Brahma, Vishnu, or Maheshwara. Thus, we are putting our obeisances. Thus, we are obeying you. And there is another very nice verse in North India. We usually say where it is sung by the devotee that Guru Govind dono khade kake lagu paai, balihari Guru aapne jid Govind diyo milai. So here also they are glorifying the Guruji's, the Sisha is glorifying the Guru that if the Guru, the spiritual master, and the Govinda come the same time to my door, I should bow down to first whom? So he's telling I will bow down to the Guru first because you are the person who shown me the path, and you are the reason that the Govind is standing next to my door. And I personally like this glorification of Guru from our Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. This is called a Brahmanda Brahmita Kon Bhagwan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasad Payo Bhakti Lata Bij. And I would like to, I'm not going the whole translations, but the bold, the highlighted is very, you can understand the gist of this verse. One who's very fortunate get an opportunity to associate with the bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. So because of the Krishna only he wants, he will show the Guru, the right time to us. And another one. Okay, so I came to the conclusion of my presentation, and before I conclude, I would like to thanks. These are the references I referred to prepare my presentations. Nothing from my mind or from me it came. I just try to assembled everything and try to put in the one PPT and presenting you. There are a lot of mistakes might be have done, so please forgive me if I did any mistakes. And these are the references I took. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. I'm open to for the any questions or discussions.
Okay. Any comments or questions for Ashish Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for bringing out the first slide, the complete 64 angas of the Bhakti. It gives a great opening for us to follow our presentation. Thank you for that.
Anyone else? Yes, go ahead, Makarand Prabhu.
Thank you, Ashish Prabhuji. You made a wonderful presentation on especially depicting the self to God connection through Guru, through a bridge. A small paradox in my mind is like that you said that this is, I mean, it is not you said, it is said that these first three, what you have covered today, are the most important and the first requirements. Now, to me, it seems that the first requirement itself is very daunting, because finding a guru whom you can consider, at least for a while, like God, and do seva, you will be extremely lucky to have a guru like that at the first stage. So the question which is coming to my mind, if this is the starting point, then don't you think that it's kind of a very difficult starting point? Once you are embarking on a Uttam Bhakti, is a very difficult starting point. So all the other limbs of Bhakti you have to first keep aside and then first wait for this point to happen. Can you throw some more light on this? Do you understand what I am trying to say?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can rephrase, but yeah, first thing, thanks for asking these questions. I feel these are very deep questions, and I will try to answer it, Prabhuji, maybe not, and I will seek help from our Guruji, Param Karana Prabhuji is the ultimate, the right person, I believe. But what I feel, Prabhuji, that you are right, Prabhuji. In the first step, even the same thought it came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
They are very fortunate who get the direct association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or others who or Sad Goswamiji's, or in the real in the Kali Yuga, if you will tell Sri Prabhupada ji. I believe if we take ourselves in that positions, if we are so fortunate that we get the direct association of the Prabhupada ji, whether the same thought will be come in our mind that time, whether we'll think that we are not able to find the right bona fide guru, probably. And second thing I feel, as we go in the higher study on the shastras, or what I meant to say, in the limbs of bhakti, we know that Krishna, somewhere the faith, the point is very important here is a faith, right? Whether it is our sampradaya, whether it is scriptures, or whether it is individuals. Faith is a very important point, or the relationship, right, between two bodies. If it is not there, we are not going to achieve anything. The very first, if we have a doubt in a mind, then I believe you're not going to achieve. Means doubt is in a initial stage, doubt is a good to ask the questions to your guru. But if we have a doubts on our gurujis or our scriptures, we are not going to achieve. We are not going to proceed on the bhakti. And some way, and we as we know that Krishna itself telling in the Gita that I will help you to find the right guru for you. So the first thing I believe, as a student, we should have that dedication towards our shastras and our rituals and whatever we are performing, then I believe the Krishna will show the path to us.
So what you are saying is that we should keep performing the limbs, other limbs, and somewhere in between, we will be lucky enough that a great guru, a bona fide guru sent by Krishna will appear. And then we can take the Guru Padashray. That's right.
That's right, Prabhuji.
So that's what it was in my mind, that this should be the sequence of events. But it is being covered as the first limb. So how it can be in the sequence if it is first? It has to be somewhere in between. That's what is going on in my mind. This is very important, the
Yes.
most important maybe, but it is sequentially not the first. Do you endorse that it is
Yeah.
sequentially not the first?
I'm following your questions. Probably I do not have now much relevant examples. So I will seek help from Param Karuna Prabhuji. If you can enlighten something, Prabhuji, on this point.
How did you, Makaran Prabhu, first of all, Ashish Prabhu's initial answer that he gave was spot on. I was not expecting such a good answer, to be honest. Or he covered it was really a good answer, really.
Mhm.
I would like you to, when I upload the video, you should listen to his answer again. Okay? Now to your follow-up. So I really have nothing to add to his previous answer, other than saying it in different words or elaborating more. Okay? His answers were really spot on. To your second question, how did you come to know these 64 limbs? You came to know these 64 limbs because you are reading Bhakti Shastri, because you are reading Nectar of Devotion. Now, there are thousands of Shastras in our religion, how did you pick up Nectar of Devotion? You picked up Nectar of Devotion or Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu because of Bhakti Shastri course, which was orchestrated or defined by Srila Prabhupada. You first went through Bhagavad Gita, you found some interest, so you put your faith already in Srila Prabhupada. So that taking shelter at one level of Srila Prabhupada already happened. There are so many gurus who will say, oh, why you're reading Bhagavad Gita, you should read something else, Vedanta Sutra or Patanjali Yoga Sutra or this or that or that or that. Okay? And you would be completely confused. You could read Bhagavad Gita like a book, but you would also parallelly try to read 20 other things and it would be one big hodgepodge in your mind. So you have already committed to a certain level to this path, and so that taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada has already occurred. Okay, now that commitment will come in the second step of Tasmat Dikshadi Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. And one really needs to take that step to experience the change in one's life. That commitment to the sampradaya, the commitment to the teachings comes when you take diksha, when you commit. It's an act of commitment. Okay, and when you say an act of commitment, it means you are ruling out, you're closing your doors, back doors to everything else, and you are saying, this is it for my life. At least at that moment you say that. A cheating mind may say that, okay, like in a marriage, when you say, I will live with you ever after. Even in Christian marriages, I have witnessed many, not just Hindu marriages. They say that it's for life. In the mind, one may keep thinking, I will try out, and if it doesn't work in 6 months, I will give divorce. So that is cheating. So, but when you are speaking in front of the priest who is representative of God, I have seen even in Christian marriages, let alone Hindu marriages, it's for life. And there is no exit clause. So same thing with Diksha. And you really, therefore, you should make up your mind and commit to the process. And then that seriousness comes. Otherwise, you'll always be in this non-committed state. You will be dating one girl, and in the back of my mind, you will be having your eye on three others, thinking that am I, really dating the right girl, or maybe I would have been better off with this other one. Okay, so till the commitment point, it does not happen. And there are so many, to the previous point, very nice devotees walking on the planet, and they will always walk on the planet till the end of Kali Yuga. So saying one may be waiting for the perfect guru, then you are, expecting Lord Krishna himself to walk into your life as the guru. But also realize you are no Arjun. You are no Maharaj Parikshit. So why should Krishna or Shukdev Goswami walk into your life? So one should, जैसे कहते हैं ना, अपनी औकात में थोड़ा देखना चाहिए.
Correct, correct.
So one should, and there are enough pure devotees walking on the planet. One has to search. And if one is so serious, one will search and one will find, easily find. Until then, one should have that deep desire and deep longing for a guru. When there is that, Krishna will send the right guru in flesh and blood in front of you. Okay, so these are some of the points.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Ashish ji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Anything else? Nice question, by the way, very deep question, as he said. And I'm sure you were courageous enough to ask this. I'm sure many others have this question also. So thanks for sticking out your neck. The answer was a little hard, or little like I was little direct, but direct questions or with direct answers, it hopefully creates an impact, not just meant for you, meant for everybody in this Zoom today and in the future, whoever may watch this. This is an important question. People get stuck and they expect Lord Krishna to walk into their life, and even then they will reject. That is what one of the main lessons of chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita is. On one hand, Krishna is, Arjun accepts Krishna as his guru. Same Krishna is there in front of Duryodhan, and he thinks that he will defeat Krishna. So Krishna was there in front of him, and yet he was clueless. So Guru may walk in front of you and stand in front of you. You may think he is an ordinary man, because that desire to have a genuine Guru is not arised in the heart. We think, not you as in you, but we think we know it all and we don't need Guru. Externally, we say that, yes, we need Guru. Deep down, we know that we are the best and we don't need any teaching from anyone. If anybody wants to be my disciple, I can be the Guru. Everybody wants to be Guru. Recently, somebody was asking me, it seemed like a genuine question. One person who has nothing to do with much, but, oh, why didn't Krishna and Radha get married out of the blue? This is a very common question in India, very common. Sorry to digress, but we have little time because some presentations were cancelled. So at a certain level, I tried to answer thinking that this person is asking a genuine question. So I answered. Immediately then that person said, oh, very nice answer, Prabhuji. I was having an argument with my somebody neighbor. Now I will give this answer to that person. Then I realized that the whole point was to win some stupid argument against the neighbor. There was no genuine desire to understand this. It's all about winning some stupid arguments. Then you might as well argue about, whether Donald Trump is better or Joe Biden is better. It is as useless whether Radha Krishna got married or not, which seems to be a deep question. For that person, it is of the same level as Biden versus Trump. There is absolutely zero spiritual benefit. And one should have no interest in talking to such people. So one should see if I am in that position. Am I really saying I need Guru for that reason? or do I genuinely want to make progress in my spiritual life? And if that is the case, then one should take shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami and realize his first instruction is Guru Pada Ashraya, and close your eyes and do that. ठीक है, चलिए next. Nice presentation. Really, was a little bit longer than the time. Other than that, another feedback I have is that maybe your fonts can be a little bit bigger on the Zoom, or when you share your screen, it's little small. So that's one feedback.
I will next time. I will take care. Thank you.
Anybody was trying to say something? Okay. So next we have Archi Mataji. And I see Archi Mataji. Are you okay with the YouTube recording, or should we?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let me make you co-host. Are you having some slides?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wait, I think I made you host.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Let me see, Prabhuji.
Wait. I'll say reclaim host. I don't want the recording and all to get messed up. Make co-host. Okay. Yes, please go ahead.
So I can share my screen?
You should be able to. It should say share screen on your Zoom.
Mm. One second, Prabhuji. I'll just take help. So am I sharing, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Am I audible and am I sharing?
Yes.
Yes,
Want to go full screen?
I think, is this good enough, Prabhuji, or I can make it bigger?
There's a little icon at the bottom. You press that, it will go full screen. Near the sliding bar, there is a small icon. Yeah, the rightmost icon.
This one? Okay.
No.
Oh,
To the left of the sliding bar,
this
there
one?
are 5 icons. Yes, that one. Yes. Just
Okay.
there's slideshow. Yes.
गोळ्या राहिल्यात.
Okay. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Sri Sri Radha Madhav, all glories to Guru Parampara, and all glories to Jagat Guru, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Ramapad Swami, and all glories to my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Paramakaruna Das Prabhuji, and all glories to dear devotees who are kindly, will be giving me support in this presentation. So today I'll be presenting the 9 reliable characteristics of Bhava. So I'm getting started. So Bhava Bhakti, the ecstatic devotion. So as Bhakti develops beyond the stage of Ruchi and Asakti, the heart, mind and intellect of devotee becomes so softened, and he attends the stage of bhava bhakti. So the position of bhava on the ladder of pure devotional service is an essential and privileged phase in the development of devotees' life. So Srila Rupa Goswami explains the characteristics of bhava bhakti in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.25 to 26 as Shanti. Sorry, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, can I make it a little small? Sorry, in between the presentation.
Right. If you press escape, it will come back to where it was.
Okay, yeah.
Is that better?
Yes. Shantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir shunyata ashavanda samutkantha nama gane sadaruchihi asakti-stad gunakhyane priti-stad vasati-stale ityadyo anubhava sayur jata bhavankure jane. So, translation. The anubhas or the characteristics of a person who has developed the bird of bhava are as follows: tolerance, not wasting time, detachment from sense enjoyment, pridelessness, confidence in the Lord's mercy, longing for the Lord, taste for chanting of Lord's holy name, attachment to discussing the Lord's transcendental qualities, the attachment to living in the abode of the Lord. So when a devotee attends the bhava stage, they develops all these qualities in them. So we will discuss these qualities in the next couple of slides. So first is kshanti, which is tolerance. So kshanti is when a person is undisturbed or tolerant even in the presence of various causes of disturbances. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.28 by Srila Rupa Goswami says that Kshova hetava api prapte kshantir akshubhitatmata. So tolerance is being undisturbed even when there is a cause for disturbance. So we know there are many disturbances in this material world, so which can cause a hindrance to our the journey of bhakti. But when a bhakti matures and one becomes attends the stage of bhava, they develops a quality of tolerance by the mercy of the Lord, and they try to not try to escape from that difficulty, but they try to face that difficulty with a lot of confidence in them. So I have taken some of the examples on this. So if we'll take the Srila Prabhupada's journey during the Krishna consciousness movement, so he faced a lot of difficulties, and like his health issues, or the land disputes, or stolen manuscripts and stolen typewriters and whatnot. So but still he was facing those difficulties, and then still he was so firm in his mission to his spiritual masters, fulfilling the duty of his spiritual master's order to spread Krishna consciousness among the mankind. The second example I have taken is the tolerance, on tolerance, which I felt is a great example for tolerance, which is set by by an aspiring devotees, Sharva Bhavana Das, who was jailed for 2 years, and his glorious departure of his good friend Sachisuta Das in the Soviet camp during the early phases of Krishna consciousness movement at USSR. So they were tortured like anything, but still they were so firm in their in the path of bhakti. They didn't stop chanting a holy name even in the jail, and bearing all those physical pain and mental pain. If anybody wants to know more about it, they can refer the book The Salted Bread by Sarva Bhavana Das, which is an autobiography. So you can see in this material world, there will be always obstacles and challenges. And not only in material world, but in the spiritual world also, there are many challenges, like how to serve Krishna better. So one who reaches the level of bhava bhakti will not be disturbed by all these challenges. But all these challenges, in the other hand, will always, you know, help the devotee to move forward to the next level of the bhakti, which can be like, maha. If I'm not wrong, it could be a prema or mahabhav, or this stage is after the bhava stage. Next characteristics is avyartha kalatvam. So that is not wasting time, or in a positive way, we'll say utilization of time. So a devotee on the bhava bhakti level is always anxious to use his time in the service of the Lord. So he doesn't a bhava bhakta, or doesn't want to not only bhava bhakta, who is always in in the mood to serve Krishna, would not like to waste any time, and would use every moment of his life to serve Krishna in some or the other way. So, for example, if you'll see Srila Prabhupada, he preached all around the world, and he wrote many books. He lectured like every day. So he used his single moment and encouraged all his young followers and devotees to do the same. So we can see he was never tired of working for Krishna. So the next I have taken is like, this is a letter to Mukunda on May 6, 1968, where Prabhupada is telling like every disciple should always remain busy in some work for Krishna. We shall not allow to remain vacant our mind, and if the mind is always filled up with Krishna consciousness activities, there is no chance for Maya to sit on the mind and force us to act under a spell. So this is so inspiring. Even I can, it's one example is coming like our own Guru Maharaj. I have seen him like, 1 week in this state, in another week in another state, and in different time zones, he will be always preaching. And even if any devotee has any query, he will, try to, resolve it. And if not in that moment, he will search those answers later, and then again share them. So he's always busy. So we can take inspiration from all these all the acharyas and gurus and all the aspiring devotees, senior devotees, from everyone, that how they are engage their mind in the service of Krishna. Third characteristic is virakti, which is detachment from material sense gratification. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.30 says, Virakti indriyarthanam syad arochakta swayam. So a devotee on the bhava bhakti level is no more attached by sense gratification. He is always detached from all material attraction. So in a room conversation with Sister Mary in London, August 13, 1972, Srila Prabhupada said that if one has become the lover of God, naturally he will be detached from material enjoyment. And because love of God and love of material world cannot go together. So it has to be either this or that. So if anybody wants to, wants to hear that lecture, here's the link I have given in the slide. So it has the full transcript and the audio version of the conversation. So on this detachment, another example given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, which is the example of Bharat Maharaj, so who left everything behind, his good wife, his children, everyone, to continue his spiritual journey. So it was easy for him because he was fond of serving the Lord. But yeah, it may not be easy for like any of our devotees or Kanishta devotees. But um, but when a devotee, the devotee in the initial stage can always try to avoid the allurement to the sense gratification, and he should be careful, and it should not come artificially. It should be like it should come naturally. He should not force himself like to be detached and show up that, oh yeah, I am detached from those material sense gratification. But for a established devotee, it comes very naturally, and they're naturally detached from the material things. The fourth characteristics is manashunyata, pridelessness. So Bhakti Samrita Sindhu 1.3.32 says like Utkrishtva tvepi amanitvam kathita manashunyata. So translation is, despite having a high position, remain humble. So a person on the stage of Bhava Bhakti does not long for any material respect in return for his activities. So Srila Prabhupada explains, despite possessing all qualities of pure realization, a Bhava Bhakta is not proud of his position. In this picture, we can see how Lord Shri Krishna, out of humility, he's out of humility, out of love, whatever it is, he's washing Sudama's feet, and Sudama is like, he's not proud that, oh, I'm so dear to Krishna that Krishna is serving me. So he's so humble, and he's not having proud that that, oh, I'm very close to Krishna, like that. Here in this picture, everybody knows is Krishna is God. So, but still, all are humble and out of no proud in them. So another example is taken from Chaitanya Charitamrita, the leper Brahmana Vasudeva. In this also when he got cured from his leprosy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when embraced him out of compassion, he got cured, and he got a very beautiful body. But then he said, oh, I may get proud of this body, so I don't know, please, the proud should not come in me. So he prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you can see the bhakta, when a devotee, when he progresses in the path of devotion, I should always pray to Lord that the sense of proud should not come to a devotee, come to me, or it should not. I should not be proud of my position or of my bhakti. In a letter to Kirtanananda, Srila Prabhupada writes that I am the most unworthy servant of His divine grace because I delayed to execute His order. So here in this example, just want to make a note, like Prabhupada is saying unworthy, means like he's saying it, he's an elevated devotee, like how he's considering himself unworthy. We should not think, oh, Srila Prabhupada is maybe an ordinary devotee, and he's considering himself unworthy. The thing is, he is an elevated devotee. He is considering himself unworthy because of his humility. So we should always remember that the their humility is our reality. So we should always remember that, and we should always introspect ourselves on that. The fifth characteristic is Asha Bandha, the great hope or full confidence. The Bhava Bhakta has strong conviction that he will certainly receive the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he has no doubt at all that the Lord's mercy will come. It can be a matter of, you know, when, but it is not a matter of if. So in 1.3.34, it says, Asha Bandho Bhagavata Prapti Sambhavana Dhriraha. So confidence is firm assumption that one will attain the Lord. We can see in this example as Narad Muni and Kobler. So when Kobler came to know that, oh, it will take 1,000 years of time to go back to Godhead. But then he was not worried that, oh, 1,000 years, but he was still happy that after 1,000 years, I will go back to Godhead. So he was happily carrying out his devotional services after knowing also it will take 1,000 years. So he was having a great hope that it will happen. He was sure that it will happen, and he was not like, oh, it would happen or not. It's not if. So he was just when. The second example I've taken is from the Ramayana, the Shabri, who set a great example of the great hope. She knew that Ram would come, so she would always happily wait for him to come, and that's why she will get prepared with fresh fruits, flowers, decorating the path to welcome Lord Ram. So we should always have that hope. Even I remember the example of Sanatana Goswami, which is given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.35, where Sanatana Goswami says like, I don't have no prema, I don't have any quality, I don't have any bhakti. But I know one day I will get all those things by the mercy of Krishna, and Krishna will shower his mercy on me. So he's having a great hope, and he was sure that it will happen. But only we should keep praying to the Lord to show his mercy. Sixth characteristic is Samutkantha, complete eagerness. Longing for achieving the desired success, that is Krishna Prema. He is always very eager, Bhava Bhakti is always eager to serve the Lord faithfully. So when one is sufficiently eager to achieve success, that is Krishna Prema in devotional service, that eagerness is called Samutkantha. So 1.3.36, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, Samutkantha Nijavishta Labhya Guru Lubdhata. So longing means to have intense greed for attaining service to the Lord. So in this we can see Sri Hanumanji is all how eager to serve the Lord, and he will be always at the foot of Lord Ram, lotus feet of Lord Ram to serve. Like he'll be like any moment Lord Ram can ask for me to do some service, so I should be ready. So he will be always on the lotus feet of Lord Ram, ready to serve him. And another is the squirrel was so eager to serve the Lord that he carried whatever amount of sand it could take on his back and tried to help to make the bridge of Lanka, a bridge to Lanka for Lord Ram to rescue Mother Sita. So he was having so much eagerness to serve the Lord. And get Lord Ram's mercy. So I think a devotee should always have that eagerness to get the mercy of the Lord and serve the Lord in faith. Seventh characteristics is Nama Gane Sadaruchi. So taste for constant chanting the holy name. The Namagane refers to like Japa, Kirtan, and Sankirtan. So, so in this slide, I have given the example of Bilva Mangala Thakur. So how he, got him blinded by himself, and and then because he should not get distracted in taking the holy name and thinking about the Lord. So uh, so like that, one should have no always try to fix their mind, and no always should have a taste, give their mind a taste for namagan for the Lord. So but then one can have a question like how one can constantly chant the holy name. Then the thing is, it's not like constant chanting. It's just no, you should have the taste for chanting, the constant chanting the holy name. So, and one should be very careful while taking the while chanting. It should be done with full attention, not like just taking the holy name and chanting, and then something else is going behind the back of our mind. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually guides us how one should chant, or how the mood should be when one is chanting. It's Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So one who thinks himself lower than the grass, which is Trinadapi, and who is more tolerant than a tree, Tarorapi, and who does not expect personal honor like Amanina Manadena. And no, but and always prepared to give all respects to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. So bhakta should always have that mood while chanting the holy name. The eighth characteristics is guna khyane asakti, attachment to describe the Lord's qualities. A Bhavakta is fully absorbed in Krishna, so he is always eager to share topics about Krishna. They may not be eloquent orators, but they always eager to speak about the Lord. So in this example, we can see Sukadeva Goswami is narrating Bhagavatam, and then in the audience we can see Narad Muni and Vyasadev and Sato Goswami and all other sages. So a bhakta should always have that taste, not only to speak about the qualities of the Lord, they should have the ruchi to listen also. So we can see here, Narad Muni, Vyasadev, and everyone is in the audience, and Sukadev Goswami is narrating Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So one should have that develop the quality of listening, and always have try to guna khyana, how do you say, like try to speak about the Lord's qualities. The ninth characteristic is tad vasati sthale priti. So attachment to live in the places of pastimes of the Lord. So in Padyavali number 121 by Sri Kavi Shekhara, he's saying Nanda's house was here. This is where Krishna broke the cart. Here is where Damodar, who cuts material bondage, who was tied up by the ropes. When I'll be fortunate enough to wander about in Mathura with tears streaming from my eyes, drinking such streams of nectar flowing from the mouth of an elder of Mathura. So one should always, long for those places to visit and experience those places. So like a Bhava Bhakta always thinks of the pastimes of the Lord, and he's always uh, have that natural attachment to those holy places where Lord Krishna lovingly did all his pastimes. So, but one may have question about like if one cannot visit, one cannot reside in those places, then what? Then one can visit often and try not to miss a chance to visit those holy places. If one cannot, if they cannot visit, they can even mentally visit those holy places. So about visiting the holy places, I have taken one example from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13.10, where Maharaj Yudhishthira states states something about on Vidura, when saintly Vidura is returning home after visiting all the sacred places of pilgrimage. So he's saying, "My dear Lord Vidura, you yourself are a holy place because you are an advanced devotee. People like you always carry Lord Vishnu in their heart. You can revitalize all holy places after they have been polluted by the pilgrimage of sinners." So here we can see like not only sinners go to holy places to wash off their sin maybe, but when a saintly person goes to those holy places, actually Maharaj Yudhishthira is saying that you you know it revitalize those holy places because the sinners always pollute those holy places. So it can be a difference between a saintly person visiting a holy place and ordinary person or is visiting a holy place. So a pure devotee can live anywhere and create an atmosphere of Vrindavan by his devotional service. It is Sri Advaita Acharya who told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that wherever you are, O Lord, there is Vrindavan. So special quality of a pure devotee is he is always thinking of Krishna without considering the time and place. So here are some examples of holy places like Nidhivan, Radha Kund, Sham Kund, and there are many. So yeah, and the last slide is about it's a cautionary note on Bhava Bhakti. So one should be very careful and should not consider one as Bhava Bhakta just by seeing physical symptoms like tears, shivering, goosebumps, etc. All these symptoms, yes, uh, they develop and one may have those symptoms and but a advanced devotee always try to hide those physical symptoms and they don't display it in public. So but the imitators can expert imitators can easily imitate those physical symptoms, and one should not fall in that trap that, oh, he's a Bhava Bhakta, he's having all those symptoms by seeing only physical symptoms. So this ends my slides. Thank you to all. Special thanks to Sarva Shakti Mataji who helped me in in preparing this, and thank you Paramakarna Prabhuji to giving me a chance on in presenting something. And I'm totally not qualified, and I don't have any quality to explain all these elevated subjects. I tried a little bit on my end to just for my own purification. So you all are learned and wise. So please correct me wherever I'm wrong. So thank you so much.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mate. Any comments, questions? First, any comments? Yes, go
Yes.
ahead.
Again, another real feast to our eyes, Prabhuji. Very good. And I think Mataji had covered very beautifully on the bhakti and what are the activities. And along with the Ashish Prabhu, it will be easier for me to get started my presentation. Thank you.
Anyone else has a comment for Mataji? Makarand Prabhu, you have a hand raised. Is it a question or a comment?
It was raised from last time, but I wanted to say the quality of slides and presentation is very good. Excellent.
It was all inspired by Shamlila Mataji. So thank you to her.
Yeah, I can see some
Very good.
parallels there. Beautiful.
Anyone else? Yes, Shamlila Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. No inspiration or everything, all the credit only to Prabhuji, Paramkarna Prabhuji and Mataji. But thank you so much for doing this. It was a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I completely second that. I would like you to say a couple of words, Archi Mataji. Like your slides were really nice, those pictures. I also like to put pictures in my slides, as you might have noticed. But your pictures were so nice. That cobbler's picture, I probably recall trying to search but couldn't find. You found that one. And there was another one that I liked. If you scroll down on the left of a particular pastime,
Bilbangam Prabhu.
later on, it was one of those like little bit of a cartoon. Yeah, the Shabri one, and yes, this squirrel one.
Oh, yeah.
So very nicely you found. I would like you to say something. What I feel is, that meditation while preparing the slides is very pleasurable.
Yes.
While you are searching and trying to find the right picture, and when you find it, the joy that you feel. Kind of, would you like to say something? What was your experience in making these nice slides?
Yes, Prabhuji. It was always a struggle at the first time when because this is the first time I'm doing this. But when I went one by one, the qualities, the characteristics, I was like, uh, it should match with the characteristics, and I was always trying to find the correct mood which show it should bring out that correct mood for that particular characteristic. So it was a bit time taking, but yeah, I really enjoyed while searching them and reading about them. As I learned about this cobbler and Narad Muni, and then Bilva Mangala Thakur, I read the full story, and I came to know about the whole thing, and uh, this Nam Sankirtan, everything was like. And in this picture, Sarvashakti Mataji and kindly helped me with the names, because I was just confusing with Sutta Goswami and Sukadev Goswami. So, and then she corrected me. So yeah, it was a very nice experience doing this, and thanks to you, so that I could meditate, so much on this while making all these things. So
Very nice. Yes, that is the purpose to.
yes, Prabhuji.
I say that giving the class is some kind of pleasure or happiness, but preparing for the class is a much bigger happiness
Yes.
at a spiritual level, or that immersion and that absorption is very nice. So I'm very happy you got experienced that.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
And Medha Mataji, I think, is texting me. Very nice. She's appreciating your presentation. Okay, very nice. Anybody else wants to say anything to Archi Mataji? Okay. So next we'll go to our last presentation for today by Manasi Ganga Mataji. on a very important topic, probably the most important topic of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is the 5 most important or most potent limbs of bhakti. So, and these limbs need to be performed even, it's not just at sadhan bhakti, it goes on in bhava and prema bhakti all the way. So let's see what Mansi Ganga Mataji has in store for us.
Can I share now, Prabhuji?
Yes, I made you co-host.
Okay. Can we all see my screen, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Vanchakalpatapriyasa kripa sindhubhya eva cha paritanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna devotees. Yeah, it was a very great opening. As I said, Ashish Prabhu and Archi Mataji, they have given the overview of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and all what are the other important Prithvi and Nivritti, all that we have checked. So now, do we have any question or anything on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Anybody want to do? Are we having any question? What is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as such? We know Bhagavad Gita. It's Bhagavad Gita is nothing but it's a poem spoken by Krishna, and then Srimad Bhagavatam, we know it is incarnation of Lord Shri Krishna, and similarly Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is the incarnation of Srimati Radharani. So when we talk about Srimati Radharani, it is the she is the topmost superior for serving Lord Shri Krishna, right? So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is helping us, or it is revealing all the actions like which can be performed by our body, senses, mind in the service of Lord Shri Krishna. So we all know, like we are talking about bhakti because we just I don't have to give what is bhakti and why we are talking about. Um, so now we have seen Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and it has 64 devotional items. Why do we need the 64 devotional item? Is how we can advance or improve our attachment or love towards Lord Shri Krishna. So we need to have some process or rules and regulations in place, so that those things are being detailed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Out of that 64 devotional items, what are acharyas have brought out the 5 potent limbs of bhakti. So as we know, like potent, the word the synonym is it is a powerful or it's a how influenced. So we have seen Krupadashya, all the other devotional activities and items by Ashish Prabhu and Ganachi Mataji. So now out of this 64, what are those 5 powerful or influential, important angas of bhakti that we must try to adopt and then follow? So let's go deep dive on that. The 5 potent limbs. The number 1, it is deity worship. So deity worship, so we all know deity worship is Priti Shraddha Shri Murte Rangari Sevane. It's a Shri Murti Shri Lord Krishna Seva. So this, and then we have a relishing Bhagavatam. So Shravanam and hearing, listening Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a Bhagavat Seva. And third important one is Sadhu Sangha or devotee association or Vaishnava Seva. So fourth one, Nama Sankirtan. It's a Nama Seva. Fifth important limb of bhakti is living in Mathura, that is Dham Seva. So these are the five we are going to check, see the detailed how we can adopt these devotional service in our daily life, and so that we can progress or advance in our Krishna consciousness or bhakti process. So now let's see what this deity worship. So deity worship Sri Murtera Seva. Let's go to that. So when we talk about deity worship, so we should do whatever is done with a great care and devotion for the deity. What it means, first of all, how this deity worship is going to help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. So ultimately we are talking about the 64, it's a devotional service. So when we talk about the devotional service, our body, mind and senses, we need to engage for Krishna. So whatever when we do with the Krishna, why do we have to do? Because we wanted to increase our bhakti and our attachment towards the Krishna. Why? By doing the attachment so that we can reduce our other non-engagement than Krishna, like any material activity we can reduce. But whatever is needed to maintain our body and other things we have to do, material activities will be going on. And along with that, whatever the time is there, how best we can engage ourselves in Krishna's like relationship or service. Like even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will tell all that meditation and everything. Okay, if you can't do this, do this, do that. Even just paying the obeisances, we will be given the benefit from Lord Krishna. So whatever the seva we do with the deity, we need to with the care and devotion as a personification, and that indirectly. So once we get that, when get start with the deity worship, then slowly our unwanted so-called material relationship with our friends and other society, all that, because it's a human tendency that we want to be engaged, we want to be with the people, right? Nobody is happy when they're alone. So in that case, just when we engage our deity worship, then Krishna showers his mercy, and gradually, slowly, we will be detaching from the material, and then we will get the attachment to Sri Krishna. And sometimes, since it is like, since we are in the material, right? So we especially me, I'm not a pure devotee, but still when I just go to Bhavan and then pay obeisance, and okay, I have that, okay, whatever the deity I'm seeing is Sri Krishna, and then we'll pay obeisances, kind of that meditation. So not only my body, and then my limb senses and my mind also, in mind, okay, Krishna, thank you for giving your darshan and made me to come to temple. All that feelings will come. So that kind of thing develops. We already have little faith, that is why we are here in this platform. So with that faith and with this feeling, and slowly our bhava, our mood will come to the right position slowly. So that is why this deity worship or Srimurti Seva, it is very important, even though in the Kali Yuga, deity worship is not, but then it is irrespective of the yugas, this deity worship helps and bring our mind to, even for a second, because once we have got to temple, yes, Sri Krishna, here is Radha Krishna is there, Radha Govind ji is there. So we will have that thought and then some meditation. So that thing will help us to progress our Krishna consciousness. So that's what I have given. What should we do? And by doing the deity worship, and how we can progress in our Krishna consciousness, our bhakti process. It is. And then, and once when you start serving Krishna, we know Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. So in that case, that kind of, when you see the feeling, you also get that, oh, anxiety for Krishna. I should do it properly. I know I'm not very pure, I should do properly. And then some anxiety for Krishna will cultivate in our mind and heart, and that love for Krishna, and then the word, the laulyam, that manifest, and it will come slowly. So that is a few points I want to highlight here in this. So basically, deity worship, I think it gives us that anxiety for Krishna, love for Krishna, which we are all aiming for. So that's about this anga of the bhakti, very potent. So it really influences our bhakti process. Um, the next, the next one is sadhu sangha, or relishing Bhagavatam. So now we have done with the deity worship, which was the first important or potent um, anga of bhakti. The second one is relishing Bhagavatam or Bhagavat Seva. So we all know, like we need to, that's why first of all we are here in this Bhakti Shastri class, and we are listening from Prabhuji, and then um, we are trying to read the scriptures. So the objective or goal of the reading Srimad Bhagavatam or any scripture shouldn't be like any only the knowledge, but that mood, there should be right mood. Oh, I wanted to know about Krishna, I want to know about the Krishna's pastime. So that mood, so that's why the pleasure of Bhagavatam reading among devotees. Why should we read Srimad Bhagavatam only with the devotee? Why not? That mood, the right mood should be there. So what is that, why that mood is very important? Because we are trying to come out, or just come out from the birth and death life cycle, and we want to come out from this material slowly, and we want to be attached to Krishna. So that is the mood. It's a kind of indirect, our objective should be renunciation of this material. So such a person also called Bhagavatam. So that's why among devotees and like-minded people, Sas Jatiya people. So when we listen from the pure devotees, then the Krishna will reveal himself to them. And at the same time, if the listener also in the same bhava or mood, then both listener as well as the speaker will be benefited, and Krishna will reveal himself to both the persons. So that's why that authorized devotees or only devotees is very, very important. And to release the real taste of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should take instruction from the person Bhagavatam. So that's again, it's the same point. It's emphasizing on how we can hear and listen about Srimad Bhagavatam, like with from the senior devotees, and then authorized person, because the mood, right mood, is very, very important for that. So ultimately, reading Bhagavatam and listening about Krishna's pastime, for what? Just to increase our love for Krishna. So that should be the mood. And we knew all that unless Krishna showers his mercy, we will not be able to achieve anything. We all know that. So just seeking Krishna's mercy on this. So such a prayerful mode, we should approach these scriptures. So that is why we are talking about the relishing Bhagavatam as a important, is the most important limb of bhakti. So that's what it's about, relishing Bhagavatam. And we have so many references, we all know, like even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Srimad Bhagavatam, we have so many references. I think Ashish Prabhu and Archim Mataji covered all the references. So I'll just talk about whatever I understood from the Paramakanna Prabhu's lecture. I'm just given some points. And let's move on to the next important anga of bhakti. It's a sadhu sangha. So we have seen deity worship and then relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. The third one is Sadhu Sangha or devotee association, Vaishnava Seva. So it might be overlapping, like in Bhagavatam, relishing Bhagavatam, we are talking about again the devotees and senior devotees and etc. Here again, Sadhu Sangha, it's a Vaishnava Seva. So as we talked about Shraddha, the faith, and again, this Vaishnava Seva is very, 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 very important. Like it is like a devotee association and serving the devotees. So it's kind of chicken egg, but faith and then Vaishnava association. So it's a very important one. So while by the mercy of the Lord's devotee, anything can happen. Anything. First of all, when we come in contact with the pure devotee, instantly we don't have to have any other punya karma or anything. Instantly we can get a Krishna bhakti. So the association is very, very important in our bhakti process in to advance in our Krishna consciousness. So a devotee association and serving the devotee. We will be talking about serving. So service like we have seen the mood again. Our Swarupa is an eternal servant of the Lord. So even Lord himself is telling, if those who are remembering me, those who service, then if they serve to the Lord's devotee, they're the most important, or it's they're favorite to Krishna. So our position is eternal servant of servant devotees. So that association and serving is very important again. And then one should associate with the devotees who are considered more advanced. That doesn't mean that if the devotees are not advanced, we will not be not like that. Again, like-minded people can be associated. Here, when we say more advanced, so that we can release again our Lord's pastime, Krishna's pastime, you can share, you can learn, and you can talk about Krishna Katha. So that's what it means here. So even when we one example, Hiranyakashipu, when he was instructing Prahlad, Prabhu was giving the devotee association. It's like a crystal. If you're there, if you associate with the devotee, then you will get that bhava slowly, not instantly, but at least you like to be. So association is very, very important. So that's the thing. Prabhupada here, just in even Rupa Goswami has mentioned this, one of the potent angas of bhakti. So deity worship and then relishing the Bhagavatam. Third one is sadhu sangha. So here again, like a more advanced devotee, we want to learn from them. Again, that mood should be for Krishna, knowing Krishna, no other intention. So that is very important. I think Paramakarna Prabhu will be mentioned many times in our classes, that bhava and mood, it's a key one. The fourth one, Nama Sankirtan. This is a very key one, yes. Among these five, I think when I was reading, I think that Nama Sankirtan, so it is a Nama Seva, seems to be, yeah, we are all chanting, but for this age, Kali Yuga, this Nama Seva is very, very, very top priority. Even we have seen so many in Srimad Bhagavatam, then Smaranam, Shravanam, chanting is top superiority. So that's why this is one of the important anga of the bhakti. Why do we have to do the japa nama seva? Because we millions of birth and we are totally conditioned. And how are we going to make ourselves to go proceed with the bhakti? Only through japa. Keep the top one, of course, deity worship, and then Bhagavatam and sadhu sangha, that is there. But japa is also very, very, very important, so that because nama is not different from Krishna. We are having direct association with Krishna only in this anga. It's it's so very powerful. It's very powerful. The moment when we take the Krishna's name and our conditioning is gradually cleared, and then slowly we can also do a sutta japa, and then Archie Mataji was Manitranana Sunijana. So that mood, how do we get? I'm sure I'm not having the, because in that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling we have to respect everybody, but we should not expect any respect from anyone. So even somebody, if Hare Krishna, if not, like, we will be thinking like that. But slowly we'll get that. So that is the mood Mahaprabhu and everybody, Prabhupada is given. But if we have that one in our mind, okay, one day slowly at least we will attain that, we'll reach that stage. So it cleanses that Nama Sankirtana, it's very, very potent, and it cleanses our heart from the multiple millions of birth, and so the conditioning soul can be purified only by Nama Seva. And then the moment when we do that this Nama Seva with this knowledge, then we can when we do the japa in the prayerful mode, then we will get the service attitude. And once when we get the but I think many classes we have heard from Paramakarna Prabhu, right, that the service and then japa, it's going hand in hand. Service is very um, very, very much, I think it helps for it increases the quality of the japa, and again it will purify ourselves. So like that. So that's why I just want to bring out that service attitude, and then offenseless chanting. And out of these five, I find this Nama Sankirtana for this age is very, very powerful. So this one, and then deity worship, and then reading Bhagavatam, and then Sadhu Sangha, it's a very good combo actually. The last potent one was living in Madhura or Dham Seva. This, as again, I think Archie Mataji covered this Anga as well. So living in Dham. So living where the Lord present. So wherever the Lord or pure devotees, that place will become Vrindavan. We don't have to go live in any Vaishnava temple. Even now here in Portland, we have a temple. As long as we have a temple, then we are good. So Dham, we don't have, yes, if we can live in Madhura, it is fine. Yesterday, His Grace Govind Prabhu was also telling, right? Once you reach in Vrindavan, the Krishna's, immediately you will get that bhava, prema, some mercy from Srimati Radharani. That is there. That same influence will be there wherever the pure devotees. When Maharajas are coming and visiting, I think every one of us would have felt that feeling, that I don't know how to explain. Definitely, we have discussed offline, like that we can really, really feel that presence of the Uttama Bhakta, and then we can feel that thing. Like I don't know how to explain. So that much. Wherever any Vaishnava temple is there, that is Dham. So the key point here is we need to have a temple where we are living. If no temple in the city or town, at least we can have a deity in our home. Then that is treated as a Dham. So in order for us to progress in our bhakti, we need to have this deity worship, and then Bhagavatam reading, and then associating devotee sadhu sangha or Vaishnava seva, and then fourth one Nama seva, and fifth one living in Madhura or Dham seva. So wherever the temple is there, we can live. These are the things I have covered, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to. If I know, I can answer. Otherwise, I'll get help from Paramakarna Prabhuji.
Very nice presentation, Mataji. I'll say something more later, but any other, any comments from any devotees? Yes, Ashish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mansi Ganga Mataji. Thank you for wonderful presentations. Three things I would like to tell. One thing, I like the way you tell, very simplicity, Mataji. I like the personal end. And second thing, your presentations, now I'm understanding more on what Param Karna Prabhuji is telling. Very wide, clear. So this is a takeaway for me. And third is very important thing, which while preparing the presentation, I totally missed. Thanks for that. The difference you showed, the Gita, the Bhagavatam, and the Bhakti, the Samra Sindhu, the mode of the Radharani ji. So thanks for that point.
Very nice. Yes, Makarand Prabhu, you are muted.
Mansi Mataji, thank you so much for a very simply presented, effective presentation. Just one question. In the absence of a deity due to certain circumstances, can a picture be used?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can use a picture. Right, Parmagana Prabhuji? I would like to come. Yeah.
Yes, picture can be used. Picture is considered a deity.
Yes.
Deity is made of various elements. It's not just a three-dimensional picture, metal, wood, stone, made out of sand, and mental. So if you are in jail, like Vasudev ji or those Russian devotees, you can also have deity in the mind.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Good question. Archi Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for such a simple and very beautiful, presentation. It's going to help in our forthcoming, exam. It's very simply you have explained everything, and now I think I will remember, hopefully. So I have one question about deity worship. When we have a deity at home, suppose we are worshipping a picture, then like do we need to follow all the rules and regulations and what those things? Can you please explain on that little bit? Like on Ekadashi, I know when you have a deity like metal or no wood or any, then you do all those rituals kind of thing. So on the picture, when we have picture, do we have to follow that also, or like somewhat kind of similar, or maybe what's the difference?
So mainly Mataji deity worship, just to, as I said, maybe even paying obeisances to the Krishna, that is a deity worship. So one step above, when you say pictures we have, and we will be offering the boga, right, to the Bhagavan. So that is deity worship again. For Ekadasi, you can just, as usual, you will do the arti and then boga offering. So it's not a ritual actually, it's out of our love, like even, there is no hard role, because even when I'm not able, this Ekadasi, I did not even give a path to our deities because so many things. So we'll be doing it in this week. So there is no ritual, but we will be offering, and as long as we are able to remember, and whenever, it's not that we won't do it and we will do something else, not like that, but as long as we are able to prioritize and give our time for Krishna, he loves, and he will make us to have some time at least, that prayerful thing. That's what I'm thinking. Prabhuji, maybe you can add, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so what Mataji is describing is home deity worship standard. Temple deity worship standard is much different and is more higher or stricter. Again, depends from temple to temple, but Srila Prabhupada has put a standard for all ISKCON temples. That can be found at deityworship.com. There's a website where, anyway, But for home standards, one should consult their guru. And usually guru may, again, we said, in to the guru question earlier, these days, with the guru being traveling and all that, or having many disciples, may not be able to answer the detailed questions. They will definitely, delegate it to another senior devotee or something like that who will be able to guide. So, but ultimately also that is also under the guidance of guru, whether it is guru or a delegate, one should take guidance, specific guidance in each one's case. In some cases, one may say that, every Ekadashi you must change the dress. In some case, they may relax that, okay, due to various reasons, if you cannot, then do it as soon as possible. Like that, like Mataji is saying. And so each one has their own standards as given by the guide under the guru's direction. So that's what one must follow. And again, there are certain practical things that you can and cannot do with a particular deity. Picture, you cannot change dress. A three-dimensional like metal or wood or stone, you can change dress, for example. But most things can be done. Like I remember in the case of my wife's mother and grandmother, they are from a different sampradaya, Shri Radha Vallabh Sampradaya. But still, even there, they had a picture whom they would put to bed every night. And they would put a little chunni, a little piece of cloth around the photo. So in that sense, you would dress the photo deity and put to bed also. Now you may not be able to put a flute or a, skirt or crown like that, but according to various, you know the story of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He wanted to dress his Shaligram Shilas, but he could not. But he was so pure and his desire was so pure and so intense that the Lord manifested from the Shila. So to fulfill his desire. We are not that pure, but if we are that pure, our picture could turn into a three-dimensional deity. Why not? When Shaligram Shila can turn into Radha Ramanji, anything can happen. But again, the point is based on our Shraddha, our level, we can take the guidance. And it's not that for a picture we cannot do certain things, and we can. Whatever guidance we get, we should follow. We should offer bhoga. We should offer arti, prayers, whatever standard we have been told, we should follow that.
Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. Thank you.
Anyone else wants to appreciate Manasi Ganga Mataji? So I just want to say also on the same lines as many other devotees said, very nice slides, clear, big font. And one of the things I like is like you didn't put too much on the slides. You spoke from your heart. So, little bit on the slide, you used it as a guiding sort of a guardrail, but most of the content came from your mind and your heart, which is very nice. That's what touches people. And also I really liked, like on this slide, everything you have listed as a seva. That's a takeaway for me. Murti seva, Bhagavat seva, Vaishnav seva, Nam seva, and Dham seva. This is very nice thing. I really liked it. How you have converted the 5 limbs of bhakti into 5 types of seva. So very nice presentation, Mataji. Thank you for the presentation, and more than that, thank you for being such an amazing devotee. We are very happy to be in your association. We feel very blessed.
Of you, Prabhuji.
And very inspired to be in your association.
Because of you, more than a decade now, like with your guidance and with your hearing. I'm not reading at all, only I'm hearing you. And that
All from Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. And I would like to thank to Vidakta Madhav Prabhuji, because before the presentation, I shared that presentation with him, and then Prabhuji asked me, Mataji, whatever you want to say, talk from your heart, and no problem. So I just simply followed that Prabhu's instruction, then it turned out to be good. All credits to Vidakta Madhav Prabhuji.
Looks like Vidak Madhav Prabhu and Sarvashakti Mataji are the de facto, what do you say?
Background.
Yeah, reviewers or something, supporters. So thank you both.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you for inspiring us. Prabhu.
I second that, Prabhuji. I forgot. Thank you, Vansingha Mataji. Even the same thing, Vidak Madhav Prabhuji guided me, helped me to prepare my presentations. So thank you, Vidak Madhav Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhu. And again, it shouldn't be like a glorification again, as Prabhu said. It is the Srila Prabhupada's instruction. It's not about like puffing up. And thank you, Paramakarna Prabhu, for inspiring us. It can be for giving presentation or tag teaming with devotees and making sure we review what we have been learning from last couple of months. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The presentations are all very much reinforcing and it appeared to me as one of the best revision for me. Thank you for all the presenters.
Thank you, Renuka Mataji. Thank you. Medha Mataji, I see you have posted some question. Would you like to just unmute and ask, or would you like me to read it out, or is there?
Yes, please, Prabhuji. Please read it.
So maybe it will be better if you just want to ask, or if.
Okay. First, let me, all the devotees are presented so well. It's such great inspiration for all of us. Thank you all. So I had asked you a question, Prabhuji, about like if one has a particular guru in mind, Diksha Guru, but for some reasons has to select someone else as a Diksha Guru, then how does one go about it? Like how is it to be taken?
Okay, so you are saying that's where I kind of got confused. So you are saying you want to have some
like the Diksha Guru has been in your mind constantly for years, supposing, and for some reason you cannot maybe not be able to take him as a Diksha Guru.
Why?
So for some reasons, maybe not possible because maybe he's too busy or whatever. Means that kind of a reason. So is it then you have to select another guru, right? Diksha Guru.
Okay.
Though you have somebody else in mind. So how does one understand that situation?
So this is a highly personal question. You are saying I have one girl, and but I'm being forced to marry another one. It's not going to it will, create problems later. It's a highly personal situation. It has to be dealt in a delicate way. There is no formula or there is no such thing. At best, what I can say is consult a senior confidential devotee. Confidential means whom you have confidence in and confidentially also, who will respect your confidentiality, whom you trust, and discuss the situation. It seems like a sensitive or a delicate situation. And what in general I can say is that it has to be understood that, or one must try to understand what is the reason. I mean, busy is not a reason. If he has stopped giving Diksha, that is a different matter. But if he's busy, he is still giving Diksha. It's not like, even though we say you must learn from the Guru, it doesn't mean you have to sit next to the Guru like Hanumanji was with next to him, learning from him. You can learn through their teachings, which these days are, disseminated through so many ways. It's not like 500 years ago where you have to listen only directly by sitting in front of them. So I don't get the point of being busy. As long as one is getting the Diksha and one is getting the spiritual Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat. So, the meaning of Diksha is getting fulfilled, then it should be fine. Otherwise, in general, one should select a guru who is very similar in mood and disposition to the original one. And that applies when you are, let us say, wanting to have one Diksha guru, particular one, but he left the planet. Now, he cannot do anything. So, select somebody else. That is why we say don't delay too much. You have selected Diksha guru, now you are waiting, and then he, he stops giving Diksha or whatever. He leaves the planet. All these are, Kal kare so aaj kar, aaj kare so ab.
Okay.
So I don't fully understand your question, but I hope I have answered it enough.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Rest has to be discussed. Customized level, personal level.
Yes. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we come to the end of today's student presentations. Wonderful presentations by Ashish Prabhu, Archi Mataji, and Manasi Ganga Mataji. Thank you so much. All of you are very nice inspirations for our congregation and personally for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. You are the reservoir, Prabhu, for us.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, we will see you next time. I will stay tuned, and we will, some more student presentations are remaining. We will find a slot and do those. And yes, please keep preparing for the test. Finish up your homeworks. And next Bhagavad Gita will start soon for those who are continuing.
So, Prabhuji, I have a question. Like this Monday, we have a question answer session, please.
Yes. So for the test, I have announced there are some Q&A sessions for the Bhakti Shastri students only.
Okay. So
announcement has been sent. So on the Bhakti Shastri group, not for public. So what is your question?
no, I was just confirming, is this on this Monday, from this Monday or from?
I just found the slots that I was available in and I put them. That's why there are multiple. You don't have to attend all. I mean, for your question, you can attend to get the benefit of other people's questions. But you can attend any one of them or one or more.
Prabhuji, on that same spot, we should ask, or we can send it in advance.
If you want to send, that's fine. But if you don't or cannot, then on the spot is also fine. If you send in advance, it will help me to prepare a better answer. You are going to get a higher quality answer.
Right.
If you want a runtime, spontaneous answer, or if you want to quiz me, then don't send me beforehand.
So, Prabhuji, one more doubt. Sorry. So we can clear our doubt on the homeworks too. I mean, whatever you have sent us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can point blank ask me the homework question as your question. No problem.
No, like on the comments, like whatever you have given the comments on that, like.
Unless it is a very personal level comment that I gave.
No, I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, what to ask, yes.
Then you can ask. If it's a very personal or whatever, then yeah, sure. Okay. Anything else?
Mataji, your presentation was excellent. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, with all the very nice pictures and presentation. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Srila Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
I missed some of them, but the last one was very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. I will see all the video and
Yes. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Good luck for everybody for the test too.
Thank you. Prabhuji is going to give us easy questions. Said.
Hope so, because it's a vast thing.
Last one for
examination
you,
questions.
for others.
Examination questions he's going to give.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.